everything stops with the manager, Joanne. You know, if things are going well, then we're all saying, you know, Erik ten Hag's a great manager, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, he's brilliant what he's done. He's brought his Ajax way to Man United. Amazing, well done. And no one says anything about that when you give them confidence and you say good things. But when they're playing so bad and actually getting worse, and again, he spent over £400 million himself, you know, it's just... It's madness when you think about it. What happens next? And Didi's right. And when he's talking there before, I'm looking down the finger and I'm trying to scratch my head thinking, well, I might keep him and I might keep him. I'm actually going, no, I'm not sure about him and I'm not sure. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of that sort of way.
But does everything stop with the manager,
sorry, John,
though?
what manager is looking at Man United? And I think, yes, a brilliant club. It's one of the biggest clubs in the world. I agree with you there. But who's going to go in there and touch that and not be given lots of time and lots of money to put it right? And again, they're supposed to be under financial fair play regulation as well. They're looking at that side of things as well. And again, if they miss out in the Champions League, which Didi rightly says they probably will this season, the prestige of all that goes out the window. So it's a big job.
I think it'll take fortunes. I think it'll take fortunes. It'll take years and fortunes of money to turn them around. Because the one thing, they're probably still the biggest club in the world. But obviously with merchandising, you know, there's City now. Liverpool has come good again the last 7-8 years since Klopp has taken over. It's huge money in the Champions League, only to qualify. Every round you go through now after Christmas is 10 or 50 million. This is money they haven't got. So the income will get less. They're still a very wealthy club, but I think you've got to spend vast amount of money to turn the team around. And the other thing is, if you look at the top managers, if you look at Zidane or whoever they might be thinking of, do they actually think about their team or look at their team and say, well, what am I going to do there? It'll take me 3 years to maybe even get competitive. Now, we all know you may not get 3 years at Old Trafford. Yeah, because when you do go in and you do get 250 million to spend, people expect you to finish in the top 4, maybe even compete for the Premier League. I think they're miles off. I think they're miles off, and I think they could be struggling to attract a really top-class manager, which I would have never thought 10 years ago we're going to say this. Because don't forget, they had Mourinho after Ferguson, they had Van Gaal, Rangnick came in, obviously he said they need open heart surgery.
Was he right?
He wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong. And obviously he tried to do things, but then again, we are coming to the same conclusion. You need money and you need time. Do you get time? Probably not. Do you get the money? Depends. Whether he gets it, as Shay rightly alluded before, I think a lot of people at the club will say, well, you actually spend an awful lot of money on these players, and none of them really set the world alight. And the other thing is, who's going to go there, who's got a top-class pedigree, and there's not an awful lot of top-class managers out there at the moment, will they actually be attracted to their job? I'm not too sure.
Well, then